Hello Inklings, I'm Bianca and welcome back to my channel. I'd like to begin by showing respect to and acknowledging the Whadjuk Noongar people, elders past and present, the traditional owners and custodians of the land I'm filming this video on today. Okay, so it's very cold and rainy outside today, so the munchkins may interrupt. They don't like being on their own. This is a little skew. There we go. They don't like being on their own when it's cold. They like having someone to cuddle. So I'm going to try and make this speedy so I can go sit on the couch with them. Okay, so the first book I want to read in February is City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Mortal Instruments series. So we are reading all of the Shadowhunters books in my book club, the Parabatai book club, which I co-host with literally Leia. All of the links are down below if you'd like to read with us. But as this is the second book, I don't want to spoil. It is a young adult contemporary about Shadowhunters. There's lots of vampires, werewolves, fairies, all that kind of good stuff. And I'm very excited to reread book 2. We had a live show about book 1 and we had forgotten so much, so I'm very excited to see what I've forgotten when I reread this book. Then These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I have actually started reading this in January, so I need to finish it this month. This is a Romeo and Juliet retelling set in the 1920s, so it's historical fiction, kind of urban fantasy. There are fantastical or maybe science fiction-y elements, I'm not too sure yet. But it had a bit of a slow start, but after the 50-page mark I got into it a bit more, so hopefully I will finish this one in February. Then I have the Once Upon a Con trilogy. I do also have the third book on Kindle. I need to read these and return them to the library. The first book is Geekerella, the second book is The Princess and the Fangirl, and the third book is Bookish and the Beast. They are all set in a world where there is a fandom called Starfield. This is young adult contemporary, and I have started reading Geekerella and I am enjoying it so far. I am a fangirl at heart, totally a geek, so I have really high expectations for this series and I hope I enjoy it. Then, considering this month is Valentine's Day, I wanted to read some things a bit more romancy. So I thought it would be a good time to read P.S. I Love You by Cecilia Ahern and its sequel, Postscript. I have seen the movie, so I may not like the book. This has been happening to me lately where I love one thing, so either the book or the movie, and then when I try the other one, I hate it. It's very rare that I will like both. So this is an adult romance and I am kind of new to reading this genre, but I hope I will enjoy these books. Next up, I have the box set of To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. This is a young adult contemporary and I really want to reread this. I have read the trilogy before, but the third book in the series is being made into a movie now. I have watched the first 2 movies, loved the first one. The second one is okay, but I do want to watch the third one, so I'd like to reread these books and then watch the movies again and then watch the new movie. So if you don't know, this is about a girl who writes love letters to boys, but she doesn't send them. She just gets all of her feelings out until one day the letters are delivered, and to all the boys at once, and a lot of drama ensues. Those are all the physical books for the moment. It might change, I'm not sure. And those are already quite a lot of books, but I do also have some e-books that I would like to get to. First of all, When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. I think this is a thriller and this is the book club pick for the Literally Dead book club. I haven't read any books for this club yet, but I do want to read more thriller, horror and mystery, so I think this will be a great way for me to get into it a bit more. Then The Castle of Tangled Magic by Sophie Anderson. This is a book club pick for A Touch of Whimsy, hosted by Lexi and Kaylin. And this is a middle grade fantasy, I'm guessing. I have read one other book by Sophie Anderson, The House with Chicken Legs, and I did enjoy it. So I would like to read her other 2 books, and I think she's a really great writer. Then the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. Wow, that is a mouthful. I have watched the movie and absolutely loved it. So again, I'm a bit hesitant to read the book, but this is a pick for the Enchanted Book Club. I am curious about it. I think it's going to be mostly a collection of letters. So I do enjoy that format. It's not always for everyone, but I do like books that are formatted that way. So I think it should be good. Then Untamed by Glennon Doyle is the Zoella Book Club pick. I think this is a non-fiction book. I don't really know that much about it, but this has been on my TBR for a very long time. It was also picked by Reese Witherspoon. I think it should be a good book. Speaking of Reese Witherspoon, her book club pick for this month is The Sanatorium. I think this is a thriller. And like I said, I do want to read more thrillers, so hopefully I have time to fit this in at some point. If not this month, then this year. I'm also trying to read the Baltris Book Club picks, and this month they have 2, Milk Fed and Milk Blood Heat. They both look very interesting. I think one is a collection of short stories. Yeah, if I do have time, I will try and get my hands on them. I don't currently have them, but I do want to read with this book club. They pick a lot of really interesting books. Then my friend Donna has picked I think the 4th book in the ACOTAR series this month, the new one that's coming out. But I haven't read the first books, and the first time I tried reading ACOTAR, I DNF'd it, and ACOTAR is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I think I'll give it another chance. I have told people that I would. One of them is Donna and another is my friend Tarek. Maybe this month, if I have the time in my reading life, I will read ACOTAR, and hopefully that will be one of the things I vlog. And I feel a lot of FOMO not having read this just because of how popular it is, and I gave up quite close to the end, but I think I can push through and finish it. And a lot of people love the second book more than the first one, so yeah, we'll see. Last month I discovered that there is a Vampire Academy read-along going on. I think it's called the St. Vladimir's read-along, and in January they read Vampire Academy. This month they're reading Frostbite, so I kind of want to catch up. I love this series. I have read it before, but I haven't read the sequel series, Bloodlines. I was meaning to, but it's something I never got around to. And so the first half of the year, they'll be reading Vampire Academy, and the second half, they'll be reading Bloodlines. So it's a good time for me to reread that series because I love it so much, and then read Bloodlines. So I'm going to try read the first 2 books this month. For February, the buzzwordathon word is colors. So the goal for this month is to read books with a color in the title. I'm going to try read the Brown Sisters trilogy. So the first one is Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and the second one is Take a Hint, Danny Brown. The third one is coming out, I think, next month, maybe. I could be wrong, but that is about another sister. I think that one is Eve Brown. I do want to read more romance by Black authors this month, so that is a good way to do it and have it for the buzzword readathon. Then another one that I'm making fit this prompt is Concrete Rose. Rose is technically a color. This is the prequel to The Hate You Give, which I read last year and loved, so I'm very excited to get my hands on Concrete Rose. A few more suggestions that I have for this prompt. One is The Black Flamingo, which I have heard nothing but good things about. Then The Color Purple, which is also a movie. Just heard amazing things about this book. And then The Black Kids. This has been on my radar for a while as well. It looks really, really great. The cover is stunning. Okay, I think that is enough for now. That is a lot of books. I am going to try read as many as I can, but I'm not going to try to force myself to read. I'm trying to take it easier this year and just go with the flow, mood read, get through what I can. But I always try to have at least one physical book and one ebook. running. I'm not being as strict with audiobooks this year because I do want to listen to more podcasts, but I have been listening to audiobooks on and off, especially if I find one that has a really good narrator. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Keep thinking, Inklings. Bye.